Dawson Rider Wiki.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here. Welcome to my review for the Power Rangers Beast Morphers large-scale Gold Ranger figure, done in the same Nutcracker style as the others. This guy seemingly is releasing alone. It's really weird because we got Silver a little while back. They're released the same time as Yellow. I feel like Gold and Silver should have came together since they're, you know, brothers and they're like a package deal. But whatever. Speaking of package deals, excellent segue, Dawson. Well, thank you, Dawson. I just wanted to point out the cool box art on these. I really like the side art on these. So if you like want to put these in front of them, like for a display, that looks really cool. The art's there again, and then on the front. So I just wanted to point that out. And I've kind of said the same thing about these figures over and over. I debated even doing a review about this, but there's one specific thing I want to call out. But before we get to that, I think this looks pretty solid. I think these are a step up from Bandai's Nutcracker figures, given that they don't just make it all one kind of smooth piece of plastic. Like, you can actually see the details of where this would fold. I think it kind of represents that leathery material pretty perfectly. And I think the gold here looks really nice on it. We know that Bandai had kind of a poor history with using gold paint in recent years, but I think the gold looks good here. The darker gold looks good here. The visor, I think, stands out really well. I think it contrasts nicely to the black. Like, and you're missing some details there. You're not getting every single little detail that you normally would, but it kind of just gets the job done for the most part. Like, it could be worse. Like, they're basically, see how the back's not painted? That could be the whole figure. There's figures like that. So it's kind of like a midway point, kind of like some of the more discount rider figures or the vinyl figures, where it gets just the details you need for it to look pretty solid. But if you're gonna look really hard and, you know, want to see things like this detailed, then that's really not gonna be for you. But it's just meant to be a cheap, fun figure. Kids are gonna like it. I personally think they make pretty solid, larger scale figures. They feature very minimal articulation. You can move up and down here and around, which is pretty solid considering a lot of them are just kind of stationary. You can move his fists here. You can move his legs up and down and around. So you can get some sort of weird poses, like if he just wants to go for his cheerleading career. We know he can't play basketball. And then up and down for the head a little bit, and around 360, creepy stuff, all that. He comes with the Striker Saber, which is the steering wheel saber, as opposed to Silver, which came with the Morpher. I kind of wish they just both came with, well, both. But the main reason I wanted to do a review for this guy, despite him being very similar to the points I was making, is let's take a look at him next to Silver here, right? So Silver, for whatever reason, featured this different style of arm articulation that none of the others had, where it's completely stuck and it can't move out, and like it looks like he's at attention or like he's tied up around his arms. And honestly, even though they're obviously different molds here, or, you know, different styles of armor or whatever you want to call it, I kind of assumed, I'm like, okay, for whatever reason, Gold and Silver are gonna get that. But he's got the normal style, where you have the full range of motion. I have absolutely no idea why they did that. It bothers me even more now. I'm definitely happy Gold is fixed, but that makes it more bothersome that poor Steel here got the short end of the stick. One more thing I want to do before we finish this review of how cool it is to have a complete team of these guys. I know these aren't the top tier of the top tier figures, but I honestly kind of dig them, and I think they look really cool on display like this, and especially after years of basically just getting the guys or Reds in 6th, and considering there's only one girl. But it's nice to not only have the complete team, but we have Blaze over here. I really hope we get Roxy. Like, this guy released on his own. I think that they should have, I guess they could have mixed and matched it, but maybe had Roxy released with him. So you have Silver and Yellow, Gold and Roxy. I think that would be really cool just to complete it. But nonetheless, I think this is really cool. I really like this for display, especially as a big fan of Go Busters and their suits. So I think if you're into these, they're at least worth a look. And other than Silver's little tied up arm problem, it's a pretty cool set. Anyway, that's about it for this one. Until next time, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and of course, don't forget to climb the steps and ring that bell so you get notifications from my videos. Helps me out a lot. Thanks, guys. Dawson Rider, signing out.